let's get right into it, guys. Starting with all this crazy weather once again in the Northeast. New Englanders spent this past Valentine's weekend digging out from another round of snow. Places like Boston got pounded with more than 16 inches, while nearly 2,000 flights were canceled in the region. To put things into perspective, Boston's mayor says this year the city has already spent nearly $32 million on the winter storm, whereas last year they only spent $7 million. Now the storm is leaving behind frigid cold that will affect the entire region, and of course, Jess, you'll have more in weather. Moving overseas, residents in Denmark are still reeling this morning from the attacks over the weekend in the capital city of Copenhagen, which left 3 people dead, including the gunman. Police have now charged 2 people in connection with the terror attacks, and they say the gunman may have been inspired by Islamic terrorists in the Charlie Hebdo attacks in Paris. The gunman opened fire at a free speech event on Saturday. Then hours later, the gunman killed a security guard near a synagogue. Early Sunday, the suspect was killed in a gun battle with police. Officials have not released the suspect's name, but say he had a violent past. In other news, Egyptian warplanes bombed several ISIS targets this morning as the country is vowing justice for a video released yesterday from militants in Libya affiliated with ISIS. Now, the video supposedly shows the mass beheadings of Christian hostages. The video also contains reference to the fact that ISIS is expanding and now in a country that is less than 500 miles from the southernmost point in Italy. One of the militants in the video makes reference to the fact that they have plans to conquer Rome. And the deadline has passed to sign up for healthcare coverage for 2015, but fear not, because the grace period has just begun. Now, a glitch on the Healthcare.gov website had supporters out working double time trying to get people to enroll. Plus, the winter weather has forced some states, of course, like Rhode Island and New York, to offer up an extension. So there's still time to make sure you get health coverage for the next year. Make sure you guys get covered. All right, last in your top 5 headlines, the FAA released some new rules surrounding drones, and it's not looking good for companies that had drone delivery services in mind for the near future, like Amazon, a great example. So some of the new rules say that drones have to be manned by someone who can see them at all times, which, as you know, defeats the purpose of a drone in the first place. But several experts say the new rules are a step, but the FAA needs to come up with business-friendly drone rules. So countries like Denmark, Canada, and the UK are already out there using drones commercially. We're definitely getting close, but I'm still not sure how I feel about it. It seems so creepy.
I think they're just throwing out rules until they decide exactly what they need to do. Like, all right, let me put a halt on this. Let me stop this for a little bit until we know what's right and what's wrong. Maybe that's what it is.
There's a lot to figure out, especially with the whole invasion of privacy things that a lot of Americans out there are afraid of, and understandably so.